Well, yeah, but it went into the delete folder.
Oh, okay.
So it'll still be there for 30 days.
Right. Because I mean, like we had a little rift there, and you can't just redo that stuff.
That's true. It's gold.
It's organic.
It's organic.
Which is ironic because I don't really like organic things.
I don't mind organic.
Well, if I'm eating a bacon cheeseburger, I want it to be a bacon cheeseburger. I don't want you to tell me that you slipped me like a tofu patty.
Well, just
it doesn't have to be
tofu
to be organic.
It just means it's healthier in the entire process.
The word organic is not necessarily
like there's organic eggs.
I think it means
it's a misnomer.
Yes.
So
a lot of products use the word organic to get people to buy it.
Stand by.
What now?
Now we're recording audio and video. And then once I figure out
So they just looked at us for like 2 videos in a row and didn't hear anything?
No, they heard it, but through the phone instead of the microphones.
Oh, okay.
So I have to do the little overlay.
All right, good.
Great.
So we're back for day 2. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Jesus Christ.
Is he here? He's always here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what were we talking about before we...
Art's circumcision.
Oh.
I thought we were talking about the judge in Milwaukee.
Oh, the Milwaukee.
Oh,
that
political.
got arrested.
Political.
Well, we can start out with political and then
We
get
can start-
into some fun stuff, or do you want to finish it with political?
Whichever you'd rather is fine with me.
Don't say finish, I'll think 30 thoughts.
So.
Well, go ahead, please.
Oh, I was gonna say. So there's a judge in Milwaukee that got arrested Saturday. For sneaking an immigrant out through her office.
Or chambers, yeah.
He was supposed to be there.
Can you stop playing with your keys?
Yes.
Jeez, this is serious.
He was there being arraigned, and then they found out ICE was coming, so she was like, "Oh no.
So yeah,
I'm getting him out."
And the sad part about that whole thing was the people that he assaulted were actually in the courtroom that day.
Sure.
So people are upset about this for some reason, but upset about her being arrested at the courthouse.
Well, I mean, not only was she undermining ICE, but she's also letting a criminal leave her
Potential
courtroom.
criminal. I mean, he's charged. He hasn't been found guilty yet.
Now, here's something that I don't normally hear from people that want ICE running around and rounding up people. That I wonder why they don't think about this, or if they do, I wonder what their thought is. So, you let ICE round people up. You let them go to whatever country you're deporting them to.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically, you're rounding up criminals, right? But
Theoretically,
if they committed crimes here, why are you giving them a free pass to go home? Like,
there should be due process, 100%.
On the one hand, like, okay, so if their only crime was they're here illegally and you want to deport them, okay, but like the person here, you said, right, assaulted them, so she's wrong for circumventing the process. But
The process that she's basically in charge of.
ICE is wrong for picking them up and not letting them serve the time.
Well, I don't know
if he did something here.
Were they going to deport him, or were they just going to hold him for the trial?
Come on.
And if they're going to deport him to that El Salvadorian prison,
Yeah.
well, good luck down there, buddy.
All right, but that's still not
That's true.
If I were assaulted by him and he were to be sent to that prison, I'd be like, man, it seems fair enough.
That's 50-50 though, right? Because all that really says, though, is it's okay to commit the crime here because you're going to get a ticket home.
But if a ticket home means going to probably one of the worst prisons...
50-50.
Well, if they went there, then I wouldn't have much of an issue with it.
They might get off the plane and be like, you know what, the prison's full, so
well,
vamos.
the prisons here, I got to be honest, aren't too bad.
Wow.
They don't do too bad there
you know something about that, huh?
I do. They get 3 squares, they get exercise. They used to get programming up until recently.
Oh, they lost programming?
Well, they lost everything because of the staffing shortage, but that's a whole other topic. We'll
That's
get
a whole
into
other
that.
topic.
Oh my God, that's a nightmare.
I mean,
but as far as the judge goes,
uh-huh.
She should 100% have gotten arrested for that. And if you want to make an example of her, I have no problem with that. Honestly, they went right to the courthouse and arrested her. She broke the law to potentially help a felon.
I
don't understand it.
I agree that she should.
She is facing federal charges.
Yeah, I agree that she should face the charges for letting the person go. But if I were her, the way I really would have handled that is I would have told ICE to get out and just held the guy.
What are the legality? What a legal process of that?
You're supposed. I mean, you're supposed to.
Like who's ranking?
Like who? Yeah. So if they come in and they want to take him, do they have authority to take him and circumvent whatever local laws he broke?
I mean the federal would trump the local.
Well, plus this was an assault case.
But that's
so are we talking about a trial?
But that's
and
the way
months
you-
and
I would
months?
assume.
I mean,
yeah.
So
That's the way you make your stand, though. If you don't like the ICE thing, you don't just let the guy go out the door. You say, I'm not letting you take him because I want this guy to,
to face the
face
consequences,
the
of his
consequences.
actions.
And if you want to like file charges against me against that, then she's got a platform,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, 100%.
And so,
feel like
there was
ICE
a
probably trumps that case though. They can probably
So
they have
they trump
jurisdiction.
the
They
case?
can take. Oh, they trump.
right, but they're not gonna physically like take. Like they're not gonna like break into the jail and take this guy if she refuses
Well, they
to
can
let
go
him.
to prisons and extract people from the prisons. I know they've done that.
If the guards will let them, right?
Well, it's not the guards; it'd be the state. And depending on which state you're in,
Yeah.
I mean, conservative states are gonna be like, "Yeah, go get them." Liberal states are gonna be like, "Nope, not letting you in there."
What's the deal in Wisconsin? Do we know? Where do they usually fall?
Wisconsin's very liberal.
All right, so
Like it was in
And
Milwaukee too, which
Without
is
knowing how the
ultra-liberal.
people in that case feel, they'd probably be pretty happy if he was getting deported.
I would think so, but I
Right.
would like to hear from them people.
Yeah,
too,
I,
you
I
know
would
what I mean?
too.
And see
Yeah.
what their opinion is.
Yeah, I mean, if you folks in Milwaukee are watching, you want to be on, just let us know.
Yeah.
We're happy to give you a platform.
Not a plane ticket, but
No,
definitely a
no.
platform.
No.
Yeah, no plane tickets yet.
No.
Just yet. Maybe when we're
It's 2025. We need
when
to fly
we're
nobody nowhere.
competing with Joe Rogan. Yeah, plane tickets all around.
When we have
Anybody
Rogan
who
coming.
wants one, we got Rogan cash.
Is Rogan flying people in though?
Oh, sure he does.
We'll find out soon enough. We'll have him on the show. We'll be on his show. I mean, it just seems fair. Joe, if you're listening,
Is
what's up?
this like Always Sunny crossing over the Abbott Elementary? Is that what's going on here?
Did they cross over?
Yeah.
Did they cross over?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't. That's a whole other topic too. Our first podcast, we were all over the place, and we're gonna be posting that real soon. Unfortunately, Art gave away, 100 spoilers for 100 different shows that we're on.
That's pretty great.
Oh, that was rough. So we're gonna have to do heavy warnings on that one. But I would say that we're all in agreement as far as the judge goes that she should face consequences for what she did.
Absolutely, she broke
And
the
I
law.
think 100% in the wrong. That's my opinion. I don't know where you guys are on that, but
Well, I mean, I said my piece. I mean, I think that for the thing that she did, she needs consequences for it, and there were probably better ways to do what she did.
Mhm.
If her stance
You know
is
what
I don't agree with ICE, find another way.
Right.
The way she did it was wrong.
okay.
Yeah, she
And you know what?
absolutely broke the law.
I don't know. Would she have been the judge presiding over that case? That I didn't look
No,
into.
she's
yet.
county. It says she's a county circuit judge. So if once it goes federal, it would be out of her hands. It would go to whatever the whatever.
So she probably knew that was coming, or just wanted to help evade ICE.
I think if she like shoot him out a back door or something, she probably only had a couple minutes notice.
Well, that's
'Cause-
true.
'cause if that's
they
the-
showed up and then she was like,
right,
all right.
like if she had advance notice, I'm sure she would have adjourned or something, so they wouldn't have come to court.
Even I don't know. I think judges in this country
Mm.
at a federal level have way too much power. I think most federal judges, you might not agree with me on this, have more power than the Supreme Court. Because it would take, like, all those judges that were going against what Trump was putting out, they're like, you have to stop this. It
Yeah.
took one
But
judge to say
doesn't
that.
the fact that the Supreme
Yeah.
Court backed them up
But
give
also,
you a little more?
Yes,
at least they
100%.
were
yes.
being reasonable.
Yes, 100%.
They weren't just coming out of left field
Correct.
with
They weren't-
absurdities.
But there have been absurdities, and it takes one judge to block that, but then it takes a majority of the Supreme Court to override it.
yeah, but also
That's
like
insane to me.
But that
if a
goes
federal-
to the bedrock of
yeah,
our
federal-
Constitution.
if a federal court lays down a ruling, though, he's just going to appeal it to the Supreme Court anyway. So like, how much power do they
Right.
really have?
Well, so then why even go through that process? Anything that involves the President of the United States should go directly to the Supreme Court.
Well,
Why are we letting federal judges have any kind of power?
they don't do that. That case comes to them and they rule on it.
But
Yeah.
that's
They're
my
not
point. Why
bringing
are-
it up
They're
on
like
their
a middle.
own.
They're like a middleman.
Well, imagine though,
So
if you're a lawyer though, they don't care just to go up to the Supreme Court. Like the Supreme Court's like, they tell them like, you need to go to a lower court first before we'll even entertain you, you peon.
But you see, I don't like any of that. If
I
you're
know, but-
dealing with one of the three major branches of
Yeah.
government,
Yeah,
and you got a local judge,
Mhm.
that's a federal judge, but still a local judge making a decision like that. It seems like you're just wasting time. We're going to a middleman that eventually is going to end up in the Supreme Court. So why not just go to the Supreme Court?
I think the Supreme Court could.
Well, there's a whole system. in
Choose
place.
I know
to-
there's a system. I get that, but it should be. I mean, if we're going to go through and fix systems, that should be one system that gets fixed. That's just my opinion, and obviously it's meaningless because we have
Not meaningless.
currently we have 4 subscribers. So, and one of them is my mom. So,
Hi, your mom.
hey mom.
Hi, Marilyn.
Hey, what's up? I saw your sister at the gym today.
Oh, boy.
You should be there too.
Oh boy.
So,
What's up, Marilyn?
all right. So, I think we're gonna move on to the next topic. Unless you guys have anything else to say more about the judge.
Nope.
We were a little chaotic in that first one. Let's try to.
Listen, we all go to Planet Fitness. We shouldn't be judging anybody.
That'll be a whole nother. We'll do
judge
that topic
everybody.
to K2.
Yeah.
Save it.
Judgment-free
That's
zone.
for the whole. We got a whole nother topic on that because I got some complaints.
Whoa.
I got some things to say about Planet Fitness.
Whoa.
So if we could have
Was it you that told me
Yeah.
about the?
cut it off right here
The-
and then restart it instead of go on the next topic, so
I mean,
it doesn't take 45 minutes to transfer one video.
Okay.
We can, but
Is
was it you that told me the thing about the couple at Planet Fitness?
I don't know. We
No.
have to. I don't know.
I'm trying to be subtle without like coming right out and saying
So
it.
let's not say it yet,
Okay.
but they do. I've seen some freaky stuff there.
No.
You want to push? You want to push the stop button
Yeah, okay.
and then start it up again? Stop recording here, quick.
Uh,
All right, that's off. You are closer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just don't break my arcade, please.
no, I just broke my elbow again.
No, you got to be careful.
Yeah,
I
we
could
gotta
probably-
move. We gotta move this.